Yo guys, welcome back to another video. This video I'm going to be talking about the Musty flick, and I'm going to go in depth on the actual movement, so it will give you the best chance to learn it yourself. Okay, so the first part you want to get down is definitely the dribbling aspect of things, like being able to dribble the ball on your head, like on top of your head, like this, and also on the end of your car like this. I personally find Musty flicking a lot easier when the ball is on the end of your car, because I think when the ball is on top of your car like this, it can get really awkward sometimes, and like the ball either go too far or your car will be too far away. So you definitely want to be dribbling with your the ball on the end of your car. So I think first thing to practice is definitely dribbling like with the ball on the end of your car. Maybe just keep resetting like this, dribble on the end, go forwards. You can get the ball to stop sometimes, which is kind of funny, just like this. Once you have that down, you can then choose if you want to go for a backwards Musty or a frontwards Musty. I find going for the backwards ones way more consistent, but I do also think the frontwards ones can be good. So I think the main thing you need to do to actually learn the Musty flick is learning how to feather your boost at the right moments and the right times. The jump and the actual flip you need to get is somewhat easy to learn, but the actual timing that you have to use boost sometimes can be really hard to learn, and it does take a lot of repetition. There's also this variation if you're really low on boost, which is like feathering your boost by pressing it every like half a second or so, and it gives yourself more speed going round the ball with your car in the direction that you need to go. And getting these actual timings down where you use the boost is the most important thing by far, and it is sometimes really hard to learn. I will show the exact amount of boost I do use on these shots so it's easier to understand. Maybe putting the video in slow-mo as well and going through it will definitely give you an easier understanding of it. But yeah, overall I would say the biggest thing to learn is the timing of the boost. In the air, like especially for resets as well, it definitely depends how fast your car and the ball is going. For you to actually pull off this Musty flick. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like boost timing. I would say you need to use your boost to get round the ball, so you actually like you're Musty flicking at the right point. But I wouldn't say it's more of a timing thing. It's just more of a momentum thing on your actual car. So after you get the reset, you want to boost round the ball like that, and then put the timing on your car for when you flip like around, you'll end up getting a really good touch with your Musty. You can also boost through your Musty sometimes, which will give you a lot more power, like this, and it will also mean that you're high, like quite high in the sky, so you can actually get the double tap if you was going for that sort of play. So as I'm showing here, the momentum you need in the air to actually pull off the Musty flick all depends on how fast your car is moving. Doing Musties just in the air like this are a little bit awkward sometimes, but they can be really good for getting a lot of power really quickly. Like sometimes you can catch a lot of people off guard with a lot of power from a Musty flick, and you can use that to score or anything, to be honest. I'd recommend when you do Musties like this, just doing it the frontwards way like this, not going all the way around it and Musty flicking through it, because that will be really hard to end up like wrapping your car around in time of you still having the flip. So I'd recommend you just jump off like this and then use the Musty like that. If your car is going slow and you have upwards momentum, you can actually use a Musty flick as like a really good shot after a few touches. Or if you're going even slower, you can use it as like a controlling first touch like this, and then it leads you on to being able to use it however you want to use it. So in general, mechanics in the air, and like specifically the Musty flick, you have a lot more creativity in the air to be able to go for whatever you want. And the Musty flick is also a really good way to get a lot of power on the ball, which can be really nice for double taps and things like that. Or as I've shown before, just even like shooting with it, so you go a little bit lower and use it as a shot. So if you want to learn the frontwards Musty as well, I'd say it's a lot easier to learn, but it's a lot harder to pull off. In my opinion, I just find the backwards Musty a lot easier to pull off. Even though the timing of the boost is a little bit harder with it, I would recommend learning this one 100%. But if you do want to learn the front one as well, I would say it all comes down to the way you actually move your car, like the way you actually like turn your car while using boost. You don't have to use a lot of boost to actually pull this off. You just have to make sure you're moving your car in the right direction at the right times. So I'll put this clip now in slow-mo and I'll explain how it's done. So you want to make sure you're dribbling the ball with it on the end of your car. When you actually jump to start the Musty flick off, you want to be using a little bit of boost at the exact same time that you jump. And then when you're in this position now, you can backflip through the ball and this will give you a lot of power on your hit. I also boost through it at the end, more for recovery, just so I land like it in a good spot, but also in case the ball ever like goes really high, you'll be ready for a double tap if you boost through the hit as well. That's going to be the end of the video today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below if it helped you out. Make sure to join my Discord, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.